going?
Awkward intros are back.
I always
Welcome back to the CreativRise podcast, everybody. How's it going?
I just feel like we always say that, so I'm just trying to mix it up and keep it fresh, you know?
They can't respond to you.
They can respond in comments.
You can. Let us know.
Comment below.
Let us know how's it going.
Comment below maybe a welcoming back type of sentence. And maybe we'll pick whatever intro.
That's a great idea. If you have a better intro for us to use,
yeah.
If you have something that would make us not sound awkward, just please put it in the comments and we will pick the best one. We will use it.
And we'll use it on the next episode. How about that? I like that.
So good. Welcome back to the show. We're going to start off by reading a review like we always do. Thank you for reviewing. So appreciate it. This one says, I'm so excited to learn from Christy and Joey. They have so much knowledge, not only for creatives, but anyone really wanting to start their business. I just finished Niching is Killing Your Business. That's one of our top episodes to date still. Niching is killing your business. Like, what the heck? I thought everybody tells you to niche down. Go listen to the episode if you haven't listened to it. At first, I was confused, but they did a great job of explaining why, and it made sense. I can't wait for more podcasts to come. That is from Person via Apple Podcasts. We don't know your name. It just says Person. So thank you for reviewing Person. We so appreciate it.
Person.
But that's a great review. It's another 5-star review. And again, 5-star reviews are how the show gets out there. It's how the algorithm works. So we so appreciate every time you write a written review. It's really what makes them count.
Yeah.
And we keep reading them every week. So please write us a review and we'll read it for you.
Exactly. And today's episode is all about how sales doesn't need to be sleazy and you don't need to avoid it anymore.
Totally. So the biggest problem with sales is that people go, I've heard so many people say, oh, I don't do sales. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
you don't have a business.
Okay. But I get it. I get why people don't like sales. Now, I've always had a natural bend to enjoy sales. That's been just the way I'm wired. You, however, did not like sales, but you're a phenomenal saleswoman now. Like, you're lights out.
I used to hate sales. I used to hate talking about money. I used to hate talking about myself. I still kind of don't like talking about myself. However, sales is now one of my favorite aspects of our business.
Because sales isn't actually about talking about yourself.
Yes.
It's not. So quickly to define, people don't like sales because they don't like being sleazy. Being sleazy is trying to push something on somebody for your own benefit.
Yep.
So the definition of bad sales is pushing a product or a service onto somebody for your own benefit. That's what creates that awkward tension, that sleazy feeling. No one likes that. No one likes to receive that. And it actually doesn't work that well, in my opinion. So we want to talk today about how you can get out of the sleaze, kick the sleaze to the corner, curb stomp it, get rid of it, say bye-bye, and let's move forward into a way that you can actually go, I can take that. We're going to give you one tip today. I can take this one tip. I can feel confident in sales. I'm going to grow my business because when I actually start selling, obviously you're going to grow your business. And so many creatives operate literally not doing sales. They just react to what comes to them in hopes that it closes. They go, I just hope that the person is going to want to do business with me. Yep. I'm not going to sell them because that's sleazy, but I'm just going to hope they want to do business with me. So goal for today is to help you go, I do not feel like I need to be sleazy anymore with sales. And so the question for the day.
Yes. Is how can I do sales and not be sleazy? How can I do sales
very
and
simply
not be me focused?
And a little bit of a deeper question too, just off the top of the head, is what does life look like? What does business for me look like when I can actually do sales? Because I'm not scared of doing them anymore. Because I'm not sleazy anymore. What happens to your business? Do you add another 50 grand that you haven't had because you haven't been selling? Do you add another 6-figure revenue stream? Do you hit 6 figures for the first time in your business as a whole simply because you're now starting to sell? Whatever it's going to be.
Do you like your job way more?
Do you like it? Do you not feel incredibly anxious every time a client says, hey, I want to book a meeting? You're like, frick. Oh, I got to get on the phone with somebody, or I got to get on a Zoom call. Oh my God, I got to go to a coffee shop and meet somebody. I'm so nervous because I don't want to be that guy or that girl that ends up being sleazy. So we're going to fix that today. Now, if you don't take what we're talking about and put it into practice, there's a few things you're risking, and we're going to call that the stakes. But before we get there, we just want to agitate the problem a tiny bit more. And so the problem really here is people fall into a salesy, sleazy, gross perspective when they're doing sales because they don't actually have the proper perspective on sales. So what we want to offer you today is just a simple perspective shift on sales that's going to help you drop the sleaze and kind of move forward.
It's so simple. You're going to be like, why didn't I think of that?
So right off the bat, the reason why most people have the wrong perspective is because they come into sales feeling kind of insecure. When you're insecure going into sales, you talk about yourself. I don't know a lot of insecure people that talk about other people. You know,
so true.
That's the class act for knowing somebody's insecure. You're insecure because you talk about yourself. That's like the easiest way to know somebody's insecure. So if you approach sales from an insecure perspective, you're going to talk about yourself, your products, your services, what you want out of the gig, which makes you sleazy. So the easiest way to stop being sleazy is by shifting your perspective to stop selling from a place that just comes back to benefit you and start selling from a place that's actually going to have the core benefit of the customer, the core benefit of the person that you're talking to at mind. Again, it's going to help you drop the sleaze, sell more, grow your business, and just have more fun while you do it.
Right. And if you don't do this, you're just not going to enjoy your job. You're not going to sell anything. You're going to give your clients probably a misrepresentation of you because you probably don't view yourself as a used car sleazy salesman.
Absolutely.
You actually view yourself as someone who really wants to serve your clients really, really well, but you might come off misrepresenting yourself.
I mean, I've left a sales meeting before being like, shoot, I misrepresented myself. It's a terrible feeling.
Oh,
you're like,
worst.
I just gave that person the total wrong impression of who I actually am or what my business is actually existing to do for them.
Yes.
So this is going to help you really represent yourself properly. So you're not leaving those meetings going, shoot, I am a doorknob because I totally misrepresented myself. And now I feel that like gut feeling of that was bad.
Yeah. And when you sell in a way that's you focused, you actually miss almost like deeper problems that your clients have and deeper ways you can serve them, which then does great things for your business, but you miss out on so much of knowing about your client.
A wise man once told me, if you sell to the deeper problem, not the known problem, that's where you actually make cash. The money is in the deeper problem. It's not in the known problem. Yeah. If your sales process is sleazy, it's all about you. You will only, I promise you, you will only ever get to the known problem with them. You will never, ever uncover what their deeper problem is. And like the wise man once told me, the money is in the deeper problem.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you're going to miss out on if you continue to do sales from a sleazy perspective.
Totally.
So the question is, how do we fix this?
How do we fix
We've really set this one up.
We've really set it up for a home run right here. But it's actually very, very simple. And it's something that you can start implementing today in every aspect of your business. Pricing guides, sales meetings, DMs, posts, how you talk to people, how do you talk to people about your business, all of these types of things. You're probably doing it one way, and we're just going to tweak your perspective just a little bit.
Yeah, one tip today. So the number one tip, the only thing we're going to say to you today is in order to stop being sleazy, in order to change your sales perspective and put you in a place of confidence, put you in a place of hope that it's going to go well, put you in a place of enjoyment is sell the results, not the service.
Yeah.
And here's why. When you sell a service, you're selling yourself. You're talking about yourself. My product does this. My product this. My service this. My this, that. When you sell the results, you say, my customers have experienced this. You can experience this. When you sell the service, you sell yourself. When you sell the results, you sell to their best interests. That's how you immediately drop the sleazy part of sales. That's how you make sales fun. That's how you make it effective. And that's how you close more deals, how you make more money in your business. So really simply, all you've got to do is sell the results, stop selling the service. So a couple examples of what this looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say like if you are a web designer, right? And you're like, oh, I sell website redesigns. No, you actually don't sell website redesigns. You actually sell an online presence that captures their ideal client. And you also save that business owner thousands of hours of tinkering away on their own website.
That's what you're selling.
That's what you're actually selling, not just a website redesign.
So again, if you step into a sales meeting, you're like, oh, I do website designs. And you're now in a corner where you have to like convince them that you're worth it to get out of that corner. Where if you come into that conversation going, you know what? I'm just really excited about this conversation because you're probably somebody who wants to avoid the hundreds of hours that you could potentially spend on a website. That's one of my favorite things about what I get to do is the result for you is going to be you get all of that time back. Plus, you're going to get something that actually represents you really, really well. Again, none of that was about the service. That was all about the results somebody gets. That type of conversation is going to take you super far into the core problems, the deeper problems, and you're going to get a really good result out of that conversation. A really good relationship's going to come out of that. And ultimately, you're probably going to get a much better sale. It's going to feel better.
Totally.
You know, so a couple other examples. We've got a few written down here.
Yeah, we were just brainstorming. A lot of people are doing brand photography. That might be you.
Yeah.
You don't just sell brand photos. You're not like, hey, you just need some product photos, or you could some lifestyle photos for you. You're actually selling attention.
Yeah.
In a way, you're selling attention.
You're selling things to trip people up. You're selling content that makes onlookers, just like observers, go to customers. Yeah. That's crucial. That's super crucial. Mm-hmm. So if you walk into a brand meeting, don't go, yeah, well, I shoot on oh my gosh, this happens so often. I shoot on multiple Canon 4 Mark IV, and they just go into it. And it's like, who cares about that? The client wants to know what the result's going to be. Mm-hmm. Sell the result. Don't make it about yourself. Don't talk about your gear. Don't talk about your service. Make it about the results somebody's going to experience. Hey, man, I love your company. I really want to make sure that your company never gets overlooked when people are consuming content that you're involved in. I want to help you place content there that's going to take them from onlookers and bring them to a place where they're customers of your company. How's that sound? He's going to be like, great. Or she's going to be like, great. Yeah. Right? So sell the result. Stop selling the service.
And if you're not selling to a business owner, you might be like, how does this work if I'm a wedding photographer, or if I work in the wedding space, or whatever? You're not selling like a wedding package. You're selling like access to memories that'll last
forever.
Like forever.
Yeah.
You're selling a emotional result that somebody gets, a transformation at the end of something that they didn't have before that they have now. Like, think about it. If you this starts to make a lot more sense when you start thinking about products. If someone was to hand you, be like, here's a pill. It's round. You take it by mouth. It's green in color. It comes in a bottle, and it'll come to you every single week. And it's only $30 a month. Mm-hmm. It's only $30 a month.
It's so good. It's round.
And if you refer a friend, then I'll give you $10 more.
And like, we'll give you the square ones too if you refer a friend.
And the square ones they taste so good. No, you'd be like, get out of here. You sound creepy.
What does the pill do? What result does the pill give me? That's what people are going to want to be asking.
Exactly. Your joints aren't going to hurt anymore. You're going to run faster. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better. Whatever it's going to be. People always lead with the results when it comes to these products. And yet somehow in service-based businesses, we always lead with our packages, which is the wrong way to go about this. Totally. So get super clear on what the results of your service are.
That's step one. Most creatives don't know what the result. If we say, hey, quickly, tell me, what's the result you get your customer? People will be like, I send them like 300 photos from their wedding or something. It's like, okay, that's
rad.
The what, but like, what does that do for them, right? Like, how does that emotionally make them feel? What is life? The question to ask yourself if you're tripped up on, I don't know what the results that I get my customers are. What does life look like before they work with you? And what does the futuristic, thought of what life's going to look like after they work with you? What is that? What's that transformation? What's the change?
And a lot of
just
times,
speak to that, talk to that in the sales process.
And a great way to think about that is people buy things that either alleviate their pain, give them pleasure, or give them control back, power back, right? So your service, your product, whatever it is, give somebody one or multiple of those
in the form of a result. So, so you want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So that's number one, and that's the only thing there is. We're not giving you a number two today. We told you it was going to be one tip. Just get clear on what the results are and then sell the results. Don't sell your service. So again, ask yourself, the question is, do I help my client avoid pain, pleasure, power, whatever it's going to be, sell to that rather than selling the service? How often have you jumped on those sales calls, met up with somebody in a coffee shop and spoke to the service? Think back on that and think how you can do a better job doing that in the future. Yeah. Even in your social media posts, like how can you sell the results in your social posts? How can you sell the results in your social stories? How can you sell the results in your pricing guide rather than just selling the simple what of what the service is, right? So
imagine walking into your next client meeting or when you're crafting your next Instagram post or your cold pitch email with your results in mind rather than just your services. Because when you do that, you're actually putting the client first. You're not just putting your benefits first of selling your product or your service. You actually put them first, which puts them in a very trusting position of you, and people want to work with people they trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
so if you're having trouble coming up with what your result is, that's a reality for a lot of people. A lot of the people that go through the CreativRise Mastermind, a lot of people that work with us on a more intimate level need to actually go back and forth a little bit to get clear, to get crystal clear on what these results are. So if that's you, we want to say, no worries. Let us know. We would love to help you with that. So all you got to do is just simply text us and say, hey, I need help with my results. I want to talk to you about my results. Text us that simple phrase, or however you want to say that, to 916-587-6417, and we're going to hit you back, and we're going to have a conversation about how you can get clearer on your results so you can drop the sleaze and you can start selling from a better perspective, increase your sales, grow your business, and absolutely eradicate the creative struggle in your life.
I was going to say, stop selling with sleaze and sell with ease.
Oh, we're going to end on that. Thanks for being here. Leave us a review. We're so grateful for them, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.